Hello everyone, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel, the I Need to Know Foundation channel. Today I'm going to be discussing something that is very dear to my heart, and that is nurturing the mental well-being of our teenagers. This topic is so important. Sometimes we take it for granted, but actually it leads to a lot of things if we don't take it seriously. Now, what is mental health or mental well-being? The mental health is a way of describing the social and emotional well-being of anybody or of any person. So when we refer to teenagers, we are talking about both their social and emotional well-being. This is so important because it affects every area of their lives. It affects the way they think, it affects the way they feel, and most importantly, it affects the way they react to things or to issues. So the mental well-being of a teenager is very, very important. The truth is that as a parent, your relationship with your teenager is very important in affecting their mental health. So the quality of the parent-child relationship has a significant impact on the general, outcome of the development of that child. The mental health of a child or a teenager affects the way they think, it affects the way they feel, and it affects the way they respond generally to issues or to events in life. So it's important that as a parent, you pay attention to the mental health of your teenager. As a matter of fact, the mental health of teenagers is as important, if not even more important, than the physical health of that teenager. The mental health of these teenagers actually determines so many things in their lives. It determines the kind of relationships or the friendships they engage in. It determines the kind of environment they want to belong or they want to find themselves in. It goes a long way to determine a lot of things. So we as parents need to pay attention to that area of their lives. So as a parent, you need to create a positive environment for your teenager to develop mentally. It's very, very important that we do that. So how do I help to nurture the mental health of my teenager? First and foremost, it's important that you help them develop or build strong, healthy, caring relationships. You need to show your teenagers that you are interested in every aspect of their lives. You need to let them know that you care for them. You need to spend time with your teenagers. For instance, you can decide to spend time with them during dinner time. And when you do that, you just discover that conversations will just begin to flow naturally. That's where you make your teenager comfortable to share things with you. Things they possibly may not be able to discuss with people outside. Look, let me tell you the truth. If you do not listen to them, if you don't spend time with these children, they will look for people outside to talk to. Unfortunately, most times when they talk to people outside, they tend to talk to the wrong people, and these people will give them the wrong advice. But when you are there for them, you listen to them, you are patient with them, they'll be free to open up to you and discuss things that even you yourself, you'll be surprised that they are discussing such things with you. Another thing you need to do as a parent is that you need to respect their feelings. You see, as your teenager begins to open up to you and they begin to tell you the way they feel, please, you need to respect their feelings. They have a right to feel whichever way they are feeling. So we shouldn't be judgmental as parents, and then you begin to say, how can you be feeling like that? How can you say such a thing? No. Understand that these teenagers are going through a developmental process in life. And so they will have a lot of mixed feelings in their brains. As a teenager, they are neither children, neither are they adults. So they are just in between. So we need to respect their feelings as teenagers and understand that the way they feel is normal to them. Again, you need to be patient with them. Very, very patient. As they begin to unfold those feelings to you, you need to be patient enough to understand exactly what they are saying. As a parent, we also need to create a safe and a positive environment for our teenagers to be able to open up to us. It's very important. Know that when they share these feelings with you, it's not for you to begin to use it against them. No, it's for you to actually help them out. You advise them. You could even decide to give them your own childhood experiences so they can also learn from your own personal experiences. Again, creating a safe environment will also require you to be a good mentor to them. If you have a situation in your house where you're always quarreling with your neighbors or you're always fighting and quarreling with your spouse, that becomes a very difficult situation or a very difficult environment for them. There's no way they're going to feel safe in that kind of environment to discuss anything with you. In the first place, as far as they are concerned, you're not showing them any good example anyway. For instance, I've met quite a lot of teenage boys who see female or see women as worthless. Not because they really want to, but because while growing up, they always saw their fathers beating up their mothers or insulting their mothers and all of that. So now as they are growing up, they have this mentality that women are worthless since they saw their father doing that. So it's important that you create a safe environment for your teenager to grow in so that they don't begin to have the wrong mindset. They should have the right orientations as they grow up. Because whatever they learn right now is what they're going to take into the future, is what they're going to take into their homes in future. It's the same way they're going to begin to treat people around them. So it's important to create a safe environment for our teenagers to grow in. Another thing you need to do as a parent is to help your teenager to develop a good self-esteem. You see, when your teenager has a good self-esteem, they feel good about themselves. They are not threatened by anyone. Most of the time, when you meet teenagers who are into drugs and all sorts of vices, it's because they do not have a good self-esteem. They really want to be who they are not. They look at other people and they admire them. Why? Because they are not used to you as a parent saying nice things to them. They are not used to you praising them for those, little achievements and all of that. Most of the time, what they are used to hearing is, oh, you're just daft, you're good for nothing, and all of that. You see, when you keep using those words on your teenager, it affects them mentally, it affects them psychologically. And everybody wants to feel loved. Everybody wants to feel good about themselves. So what do you expect them to do? They join bad gangs. They join bad friends. They look out for people who will tell them what they want to hear. And if you're not telling them what they want to hear, they will hear it outside. So it's important that we help our children or our teenagers to build a good self-esteem. Help them believe in themselves. Even if they are not doing well in their school activities, help them know that there is a power that lies in you. Help them know that there is something positive that lies in them. Help them realize that they can do better. They can do more than they are doing presently. It's not for you when they come back with those bad results, you begin to rain all the curses, all the insults on them. The truth is that when you do this severally, you do it over and over, before you know what's happening, that child begins to act the way you have been calling them. If you're calling him bad, he begins to act bad. If you're calling her wayward, she begins to behave in a wayward manner. Why? Words are very powerful. The things we say to our children, the things we say to our teenagers, it goes a long way to affect them mentally. Parents, I want to encourage you to please help your teenagers build a good self-esteem. Let them know that they are unique the way they are. They do not need to be like every other person. Why? Because God made them special. God made them in a unique way. They don't need to struggle to be who they are not. Help them develop those beautiful gifts that God has deposited in them. And before you know what's happening, you'll be amazed at the kind of child or the kind of teenager your child is beginning to turn into. So that's all we can take for today. I want to say a very big thank you for watching and for listening. And I also want to encourage you can send us a mail, you can write your comments, and also let us know the kind of topics or which topics you are interested in the most, and we'll also look at such topics. So till I come your way next time, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Stay blessed.